Hello and welcome to Divinely Empowered with Antonia. Today we have Viviane Chauvet, who's an Arcturian Ambassador, intergalactic teacher, and published author. She will be joining me at Mount Shasta at the Promise Revealed on the 17th to 21st of July. So this is an interview with her to find out some of her amazing wisdom and to get to know her before we go to the Promise Revealed. So welcome, Viviane, and thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you so much, Antonia. It's such a joy to be with you and your beautiful audience. And yes, we're going to be at the Rock Powder Summer Conference in July this year, which is wonderful. And by the lake, apparently, it's going to be a beautiful, gorgeous venue to feel the grids, the Shasta, with the lake in proximity. I think it's going to be really empowering, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I've never been to Shasta, and I've been thinking about it for many years. I was first told about it maybe 20 years ago, and it's just sort of been on my wish list. And now I have this beautiful opportunity to be able to speak at this event. So it's very
Right.
exciting for me indeed.
No,
Okay,
that's
so
wonderful.
yeah. All right. So Arcturian Ambassador, can you start from the beginning? People may not know what that means at all. So start from the beginning, explain what an Arcturian Ambassador is.
Yes, so at the soul level, I am an Arcturian being. So I represent the Arcturian delegation in
Oh, sorry.
embodies.
So when you say you're an Arcturian being, okay, so this is to so start from the beginning. Do you think that you are incarnated from there, or do you think that you are born from there? What does that mean?
I was going to explain that. So
Oh,
just allow
sorry.
me,
Go for
please.
it. Perfect.
Yeah, let us let everything flow. I promise I'm gonna guide everybody there. I'm used to do this. So to answer the original crystal about the Arcturian ambassador, to be an ambassador, it's the role that I embody on the universal level. But my point of origin from this point of incarnation, is that I represent the Arcturian delegation. Arcturians are known as one of the most ancient and enlightened star groups interacting with this beautiful Earth. So what happened is that my Arcturian self, or my Arcturian avatar self, I chose to send a soul emanation or a soul fractal of myself as an Arcturian. This is who I am, and to bring myself in this body so I can be on the planet, being able to interact, being able to make a difference directly, with people, with Gaia, working with many starseed people who are really much ready to step into their divine empowerment, in a sense that that's conscious reawakening. And to us, what it implies to start to remembering the essence of who we are. So we need to disengage from the habits of the mind, or the personality traits, or our physical looks and all of it, and to really get a deep dive into the true nature and the magnificence of our being, and remembering our gifts, our abilities, what we are here to do. And so I chose to send an aspect of my Arcturian self that I am, to bring this energy. And why I did that? Well, first, being on the planet, I can do a lot more. The aspect of connections, like this beautiful connection right now with you, Antonia, and your team, and everyone watching in your audience, that's an aspect. We wouldn't be able to have this direct, very enlightened conversation if I had stayed in my original Arcturian form and sent, telepathic communication and working with channel, and which is great, but the message can get diluted or interpreted to the filtering system that we have here on the planet, rather than being directly from the horse's mouth, so to speak, and bring the frequencies to really help everyone to feel the energy. So it becomes more of an experience rather than just a conversation. And to us, this is also empowerment.
Mm.
Yes.
So, can you tell us about what Arcturian people are they people? Do they look different to us? How's the planet? Can you tell us more about how that all sort of looks and is, and what the beings are like from there?
Yes, think of us as sentient life form, just evolving well beyond your Earth plane and the solar system. We simply come from another part of the multiverse.
They're humanoid. They
Uh,
look like us, or they have different faces. How do they
Allow
look?
me. Allow me, Antonia, please just allow me. Yes, I was going to answer that with pleasure. So, just to make reference, you ask us if we are people. Well, we are star people, so we come from the constellation of Butes, which is about 36, just on average, about 36,000 light years from the solar system. We are physically the way we look like. We were considered as humanoid. What it means that we have a head, torso, two arms, two legs. We have that humanoid form, except that our body are more ethereal in a sense. We're more light. Our body really vibrates super high in frequency. We don't have any hair. We don't have any eyebrows or eyelashes and features that the humans have. That's why I like my hair, because it's different. We don't have hair. Don't have to worry about, hair blowing and washing and doing all this extra task. So it's fascinating. So we're very beautiful. Sometime in history, Arcturians were mistaken for angels because of their
Oh,
high light frequencies. But the depth of our eyes, we emanate such a presence, a very beautiful, loving, mastery presence. And Arcturians are also known as the masters of light, because we have learned to cultivate and maintain ourselves in a very harmonious higher frequency of connection with each other and of course other life forms. So they're magnificent. If you were to see the true nature of an Arcturian and experience their presence, you would absolutely love it. They're beautiful beings.
wow, amazing. So you're a contactee ambassador, but are you also a contactee? Have you been there physically? Have you been on ships? What sort of contact is it? How does your contact work with the Arcturians?
Right. Just to release the energy around the semantic contactee. I don't consider myself as a contactee because I am an Arcturian being in
Mm.
this hybrid human form. So to me, it's the other way around. My contact is with you. I'm here to contact with human beings. I'm here to as a conscious directed bridge where I transmit information in terms of the fluctuation changes on the planet, what is going on in the grid system, connections in terms of how the conscious evolution of the human race is really working. So I am constantly transmitting a lot of data that allow my delegations and other beautiful enlightened groups like the Lyrans or the Syrians, a different form of beings, or are also interacting with human beings and Gaia, to help to understand where are we in the process of ascension. So again, for me, the experience of having contact is very different because it's very innate for me. It's very organic, very natural. And so I am in always that beautiful fluid communication with my delegation, and also I work with other groups. And so, for example, Antonia, when I work with my clients, if they're part of their own soul galactic ancestry or star family comes, I will tell them, okay, your group is here. I can see this being or this presence have come. That's because I am able to recognize a multitude of different vibrational signatures that each being emanates, which is beautiful.
Lovely. So
Mhm.
do you have memories from past life and living on Arcturus, or is it not like that?
For me, it's an ongoing life. It's not a
Right.
past life.
So you've got so part of you's living there. So it's like a multi-dimensional thing. So part of you's living there and part of you's living here. Is that what I'm understanding? Is that right?
Uh, It's a great way to look at it. So
Hmm.
yes, there's only a fractal of myself here. So I'm with you on planet, but I'm also off planet at the same time. So my Arcturian self still coexists in the same time frame. It's just a different level of realities and different level of holographic projection. So yes, you can tell that I am in both places all at once because I still exist in my Arcturian form.
Wow. That's interesting. Is it so? Have you got a family and a life, and you're sort of living that, and you're almost living a double life, then here and there? Is that sort of it?
Well, that's a very creative way to look at it. I like the way you think.
I am creative.
I liked it. It's beautiful.
Interesting. Okay. So, do I have any connection with your race or your planet or anything like that? Anything that you can see in me, or do you read people in that way, or is that not how it works?
It depends of the energy of what is appropriate for me to receive. I only receive what served the person the most at any given time. That's the
Hmm.
beauty, is that we are very respectful of, how could I say, higher self agreements, what the person allows. So some people will say, hey, can you do this for me? If verbally they want to, but their energy said, I'm not quite ready just yet. So I'm not going to allow you too much. So we're going to respect, we never force anything. But
Hmm.
to your perspective, though, you are absolutely welcome to connect with the Arcturians. We offer assistance to any beings. In fact, we are known as the great diplomats of the multiverse. We assist a multitude of groups and beings and people even on the planet. So we never discriminate about someone. We always offer assistance. It is done to your heart. You have to calm the mind and bring yourself into centeredness and let the gateway and the wisdom of your heart to emanate a clear intention of what is it that you need or would like to ask of the Arcturians. And this is a way to connect. You can too, Antonia. Of course you can.
But
Yes.
there's nothing which is just saying. There's nothing particular information that the Arcturians would like to share with me personally at the moment, or to my audience right now, or is
Not
there?
in the moment to you
Mhm.
personally, but let it
Okay.
flow and see what, you
Let's
know,
see what happens.
let's see what Father wants to say or the team. And I'm going to just let the door open and fluid. And it may not be right now during this beautiful podcast. It may be when we're in person in Shasta. You never know.
What are these beautiful symbols you've got around you in your background?
Yes, thank you for asking. Well, this is part of my official logo that we can find on my website. And this beautiful logo, especially the golden letters behind me, it's really an aspect of the Arcturian language. And
Hmm.
the imprint of each on each side of myself are representation of blueprint of the Arcturian fleet. So it speaks of a story. It speaks of my journey when I chose on the soul level to leave our realm and re-enter the realm of Gaia so I can reincarnate or come back in on this planet. So it's actually my soul journey, but it's also serving as a beautiful activation. So it will speak to everyone differently. It will
Mm.
resonate with everyone the way it needs the most. And there's a lot of beautiful light codes embedded in that symbol, and it's very vibrant. So this is why we have it in the background to inspire everyone to maybe opening something or a memory or a reawakening of a gift that you need to have.
So the yellow writing. It looks like writing. It looks like Arabic. Is it quite similar to Arabic,
That has
or
nothing to do with any earth language. It is a light language from our realm. It's Arcturian.
what does it say then in Arcturian?
Again, it has no specific meaning.
Oh,
It's still like a phrase that you write in a foreign language and you can
oh, okay.
translate it. It's more of a it's an experiential, it's a transmission of light that, as I mentioned, it will speak to everyone very differently. What it is designed for is to really connect again to your heart, clear your mind, and allow your connection to these symbols to speak to you in ways that they may be on the subconscious level, it can be more on the subtle level, but overall, it really talks about my soul journey and who I am.
Wonderful. So, you do Arcturian energy matrix healing. Can you tell us what that is, please?
Yes, of course. So I have been doing my work for over 12 years now. So we have developed a very unique way to help people in the form of healing. To us, healing, it's a huge umbrella. This is why it's my website is called Infinite Healing, because it's an infinite umbrella of possibility. The Arcturian energy matrix itself, it's our own holographic template and we work with when we are of service with someone. It allows us to connect with the person essence and to look right on the holographic level. What are the opportunity, whether it's multi-frequency, multidimensional, whether it's any time cycles or connections, so we can really adjust easily right at that very level on the holographic template, and how we readjust in the body template. So it's something we have developed together, my Arcturian delegation and I, over many, many, many years of service. Like I said, over 12 years. And we have done well over 23,000 session with people worldwide. And it's more of the experiential transformation behind it. And sometimes it's more at, we work with different fractal of themselves that coexist in parallel, that's where the healing needs to take place rather than what the mind tells them they want. And it's beyond, well beyond physical symptoms or pain, or chronic pain or wounds. We go beyond that. We look directly at the heart soul matrix level, right at the core of the being, and how we can really support them for what they need the most.
So, what sort of results have you had from your amazing healing?
Well, the result is very unique to them. It really greatly depends on their soul purpose, their soul design, how the higher self will allow a transformation. Some people told me that it shifted their life completely, in a sense that it changed the paradigm they were in. Other people, it create more resistance because that was part of the soul contract or the soul lessons they need to go through. And we never interfere in the evolution of a soul. We simply assist them to evolve. But our role is to really shift the basic of the old paradigm that that soul or that groups of souls are stuck in, or it can be a resolution that took place thousands of years ago in a timeline that created an old loop or a single, and we're able to release that single. And naturally, it's going to organically create a positive change in that person life and all aspect of what they've come to do. So it's very diversified, I would say, as multidimensional it is. It is very multi diversified depending on very much what is the soul alignment behind it. What is it that soul has come to accomplish? And we are supporting that soul movement. We do the same thing with our, in our own civilization. We always coach soul to reach that level that they need, and how we can support them reach the next octaves of evolution. And that's how we do it.
Amazing. So, tell us about, you've got a couple, 4 books, is it? Tell us about your books and what they're all about.
Oh, yes. Beautiful. It's a series of 3 books. The
3,
first
okay.
the first one is 3 books, and I know what you mean about the fourth one. So the first one is a trilogy. It was a beautiful collaborative books called the Wisdom of the Silver Sister, Guiding Grace. So that was volume number 1. So a group of authors came together and co-create these beautiful series of book. Each and every one of us contributed with guidance, wisdom. So the first book, I wrote a chapter around an aspect of my journey on earth as an Arcturian ambassador and human hybrid. And then in the second book, I wrote a chapter around Atlantis, Lemuria. It was about ancient civilization, ancient wisdom, and everyone chose a very specific topic. So I chose Atlantis and Lemuria, and I wrote a chapter about this. And the third one, what I love, it was very open, very imaginative. It's about, legend. It's about, whether it's an imagination stories. I chose the fairy kingdom, talk about the galactic fairies and how they functions, and this beautiful energy. And I love the creativity of the third book, which was very open, very, it's allowing your inner, almost like your inner child to come in and co-create a story.
And welcome back. We just had some technical issues, and thank you, Vivian, for your patience. Will you let us know about Mount Shasta? You're going to be doing some of the talks there at the Promise Revealed. I'd love to know all about it.
Yes, thank you for asking. It's a beautiful energetic reset, everyone. So we're going to be in Shasta, the beautiful Rock Powder Summer Conference, July 18th to the 21st, 2024. I'm going to be speaking there presenting a lecture. And also, I'm going to be doing a workshop. What I love about the workshop is that it is very experiential. It's giving a chance for people to come together and really be in the Arcturian energy with us. We're going to invite a Telosian and we're going to invite the Lemurian masters and the Atlantean masters. And especially where we are with the timeline, we're going to bring the energy of the Lemurian light body and really connect ourselves into our own natural soul akashic field. And the soul akashic field is where we can truly have access to any timeline or any incarnations. We can understand better aspect of ourselves, what influence us in this lifetime, what is intertwined with your soul purpose here, what ability, gifts, or innate energy that you brought with you. Think of it this way: it's like entering the most sacred library of encoded information where you can extract a book or a tool or a memory that helps you to support your secret life journey. And I think this is very important from where we are moving forward to bring ourselves back into that space of secret wholeness and understanding who we are. And of course, the Arcturians will be there. We're going to provide a very specific level of activation and upgrades, plus being in the grid system of Shasta, one of the most important center points on the planet. We're going to be able to really work to the entire grids and open on the multidimensional level. So just to give an essence, just to feel the energy, I'm going to be presenting that workshop there. I'm going to be also part of 2 panels. So I love panels, give a chance to have a discussion, engaging with the audience, being with my fellow presenters there. So I'm really looking forward to that experience with you. And you're going to be there too, Antonia, correct?
I am going to be there. I'm teaching a workshop, my level 1, where I teach people how to instantly dissolve emotional traumas, meditation hacks. And there's energetic, different energies, which are like pharmaceuticals. There is changing the taste of wine using magic, which is quite a fun little party trick. And you can make something which is a bit ropey into something rather fantastic. There's some tantric techniques by expanding your chakras. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that. I'm teaching that. I'm also got a talk on the first day explaining about what I do with my all the energy healing that I've been doing for years, the reverse aging, the dissolving traumas, the dissolving diseases, all of that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a really fun time for sure.
Very diversified. We're going to be very intergalactic and cosmic with us. And so it's going to be a diversity of energy and experience for everyone. And that's one thing about this beautiful summer conference with Rob Potter. It's always very diversified. It always makes me smile to see how much layers of energy is going to be there. But I wanted to see how the lake, I'm going to be in proximity of water this time. And I think it's going to add another layer of experience, cleansing, purification to bring ourselves back into a state of pure equilibrium. So I'm very looking
I live
forward to
opposite
it.
the ocean, so I've already got all of that. I live opposite the Atlantic. I'm very fortunate to have views of the Atlantic every day, which is just wonderful. So I'm very connected to the water element.
Yeah, good for you. Yes, indeed. And one thing I noticed from my travel that each source of water speak differently. Even though they're all interconnected, it's all the same water source throughout the planet. Each level speak differently. So it's going to be interesting to see the difference with that particular connection with that lake or the proximity due to the grid system, which is very different from England, and what other experience you may enjoy to have compared to what you used to in your natural environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's also Shasta. I mean, maybe you know more about this than me. It's a very good ET sort of area, isn't it? There's a lot of ships that people see and there's a lot of contact. Can you speak more on that? Do you know?
Well, I would say anywhere on the planet, it's an opportunity to reconnect with our cosmic and galactic heritage. It just so happened to be that Shasta is worldwide known for the sacred mountain and the etheric aspect of it known as Telos. So it's just there's many points of contact throughout the planet, even in England or Australia or New Zealand. But Mount Shasta is one of the chakra system, one of the point of the chakra
Mm.
system of Gaia. So it plays a unique role. And the thing about it though, it's not because you come to Shasta that you take it for granted that you will have a UFO experience. It's really about reawakening the consciousness and the understanding of what true contact is about. That's one thing that is shifting a lot because I've been in Shasta many every year for the last 4 years, and I've seen quite a bit of change in the consciousness, how people come together, the expectation. We have to think about that when you want to connect to sentient beings or to either form of higher consciousness, they're going to be sensitive to receiving the pushing of energy or intention. So if we come there like going, oh, I mean, just I'm going to see ETs, they're going to go, okay, we understand what vibrational state you're in, so we may not make contact with you that way. So it's about more, I am ready to be part of a conscious collective of opportunities where I can open my heart center, opening my higher mental faculties, creating that bridge, and being ready and open to establishing higher consciousness connection. And what is the purpose? I always recommend
Yeah,
to
but I'm
people.
talking about in-person stuff. I'm connected to high consciousness all the time, but it's a known to be a place where there are a lot of UFO sightings. Isn't there something in the mountain where you can get to sort of underground bases and interesting things like that? That's what I'm speaking on. I've already got good connection.
Well, this is not about you, Tanya. I'm talking to your audience. Your
Mm.
audience may not know. So those who may not never been to Shasta, or, I'm talking about more higher form of this is bringing our intergalactic wisdom to the
Mm.
topic. Also, what your podcast is about, divine empowerment. I just want to bring that aspect. This is very, very important, so we don't give a misconception about, oh, you go to Shasta, you're gonna go see ETs. No, you go to Shasta to connect with that grid system. Like I mentioned, Shasta connects to one important point of Gaia, and yes, the Telosian are there. I have seen them. I have connected with them. Many people are go to Shasta and have amazing, meaningful soul-to-soul connection. Many people will say ships, but honestly, where we are right now and the collective consciousness, this is no longer about seeing crafts in the sky. It's about connecting with the occupants. It's about connecting with other form of life so we can understand our own evolution, how it reflects to us. I think this is what we teach. For us, it's whether
Mm.
you're in Shasta, Sedona, as well. If you've been to Sedona before in
No,
Arizona. Oh, that's another
no,
very
not yet.
powerful state. Yes, I think you're gonna love it. A lot of vortexes of energy, a lot of very point of connection. And Shasta is another opportunity to connect with the grids of Gaia, and plus all the occupants are there with, Telos, the mountain range, the connections of the beautiful water system energy. So there's a lot of opportunity that Shasta offers, and that's why I always invite everyone watching to approach Mount Shasta with that perspective of an open heart, if that makes sense, of course.
Beautiful. That's
Hmm.
lovely, isn't it? I'm excited about the adventure.
Yes.
I think we are doing some of the. I know you're saying it wasn't about the spotting ships, but I do think there are some. I think that some people are going to be calling in UFOs, and we will be going outside and doing some star watching and seeing who comes. And I think that some of the people there are able to call in ships, and I think that's part of what the event is about, though. I believe. I think
Well,
there's two people doing that.
yeah, then, I understand it's part of the experience, but again, you're talking to an intergalactic being. So for us, it's not about, we prefer that you don't focus just on our ship. We want to connect with you. So we're
Mm.
shifting the dynamic of what making contact really means. Like we talked about at the very beginning of the show, when you asked me, what the contact that you have. I'm
Yes.
in contact with the beings or the group consciousness. I'm not really personally really attuned to their craft. I prefer to talk to the people. And this is why when
Sure.
I go to Shasta, whether it's Adama or the Telosian or the beautiful beings that coexist interdimensionally with Shasta, and they understand who I am and they connect with me at a soul level. So it's just for us, this is more the next level of communication. This is just our perspective.
Sure. Does
Yeah.
do the Arcturians have a message for humanity that you'd be able to share? Is there anything like that we can
Well,
learn?
there's multitude of messages, and our messages always evolves depending on where we are and what is the most appropriate for where we are right now. But in the
Mhm.
spirit of connecting with Shasta, the connection that we really recommend is allow yourself to approach this with a sense of centeredness, bring yourself back into complete alignment, because realize that your vibrational field will greatly influence the quality of the nature of your experience. So when you are in that more alignment and you bring your vibrational field and open your resonance field and open your frequencies, and this is where you can really understand that sometimes the ship that you see in the sky may be actually a light ship, or it can be a consciousness of a group projecting in a form that may be perceived as a ball of light, or a movement, or a little spark, but in reality you're looking at the transmission of an holographic light ship, or the consciousness of a group energy that wants to connect with you. So we would recommend bring yourself back to the mountain with really much an open heart, and release the attachments, or the, how could I say, the distraction of the lower mind that keeps you into lower expectation, into something that is much more grander, and allow yourself to have the full spectrum of experience that you need to have. This is always how we approach whenever we travel, whether when we were in South Africa, when we were in Egypt, or we were in Santorini working with the Atlantean grid system there. As we bring ourselves in the fullness of who we are, and that frequency send out a signal. So humanity is at that point of understanding who they are and bring themselves back into that sacred alignment in releasing their attachments, and whether it's through form, personality traits, mental energies, or being to this going too fast. Bring yourself back, take the time to feel, connect, slow down, and I mean slowing down your mind to connect with the sacred interface of your heart. This is going to be essential to understand the changes that is coming this year, and the grids, and of course the next year with the cosmic gateway coming in 2025. So there will be so much more, but for now I think that's what is the most appropriate in this moment.
Great. So, two things I picked up from that, and maybe you can speak on them. Firstly, are you saying Atlantis was around Santorini? And two, what changes are coming for the next year, this year and next year, please?
All we are saying is that we made a connection with the Atlantean grid system in Santorini. It was a point of contact. We established that contact when we were traveling there as a response to our calling that we received. So we answered a call and we call upon the Atlantean masters, and we work with the oceanic grids. There was a purpose for this. We were connecting the grid system of the ocean also with South Africa. It's a work we started about 2-3 years ago. So there was a continuation of an assignment that was given to me by the High Council and with the Atlantean. So that was a really amazing journey there. And we did the work that we were supposed to do, and I fulfilled my purpose there. So that's why I mentioned that very quickly
Mm.
about Santorini. And there's a multitude of changes coming on the planet. It's not just one change. It's well, right now we're seeing is there's an extraction of really old grid system, whether it's structural government, whether it's thought form, whether it's releasing ourselves from genetic predisposition, whether it's lineages, whether it's even cultural. I feel like the earth is coming into a more harmonization with itself rather than living in separation to, well, I represent this culture. I was brought up in this country, and according to our tradition, this is how we do it, but here is very different, so we don't understand each other. That kind of separation to cultural background or traditional background needs to be reunified and reharmonized. It's one aspect that we see. Arcturians, we all about unification and serving for the highest and the greatest good of the collective, as well as honoring the evolution of a particular soul. So for humanity to go back into fifth dimensional frequency, it's a very much of a realm of harmony. You have to really understand how to really connect, reconnect, and work with each other and set aside of your third dimensional personality differences. And that includes genetic lineage, historical, cultural, and all of it. That needs to be reharmonized on the planet. And this is it's part of the many changes that we see coming in. And that start with ourselves, the way you think. Are you always distracted? Is your mind going 100 miles an hour? Are you able to start to gain mastery over your thought forms and mastery in terms of how you utilize these thought forms and the energy that it generates behind it? So just part of it. It's it,
Wonderful.
yeah.
So have you got any things upcoming apart from Shasta, any courses, anything that you'd like to talk about, your meditation service programs? What would you like to
Yes.
share?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for asking. A beautiful question. So, when we're not traveling and offering opportunity to work with us, meet with us, learn from us, and all of it, we have a beautiful online community and called the Universal Arcturian Online Community. We have different level of membership. We have members from all over the world, and members who come to us are very dedicated to their path. They bring so much light, presence, energy. We offer every month for members courses, programs, meditations, gatherings on Zoom that is unique for members, annual retreat, which we're going to have in August, that is exclusive for members. We also going to have our next Arcturian Healing Arts program starting in November, from November 2024 to January 2025. And yes, we take a break for the holiday, so we honor that for everyone. And this program was put in motion just about a year or two ago, and it's 3 levels. Each level has 3 module, and what we do is that we work through all the way from understanding the human template and the evolution of the celestial body through all the way to the galactic codes and the DNA. So it's a very beautiful transition. It's a hybrid program, meaning it's a mix between teaching, healing, and experience. So people can have an experience at the same time. We encourage everyone to step into the opening of their gifts so they can be more in tune with their own abilities, whether it's to heal themselves, whether it's to understand the decoding, the language of their body, the language of their souls, understanding more, where they are, their soul purpose. With the star seeds, those are really engaged in terms of co-manifesting the organic timeline of ascension. So it's a really beautiful program, and so far we have had students or people enroll from over 25 countries already. So
Wow.
it really is. And of course, they have all the replays. So if someone missed a live session, the recording is there and it's sent to everyone who is enrolled. It's
Nice.
incredible, and the team comment every time. There's always different messages. There's always new wisdom, different frequency. Every time the program, there's a uniqueness to it. And so the next one is in November of 2024. All the details are on my website. There's a page around it. You can click directly on the Arcturian Healing Arts program. You'll have the full description. The entire schedule is listed. It's very beautiful.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, I've really enjoyed speaking with you. Do you have any final words of wisdom, Viviane?
The final of wisdom is really understanding what ascension is about. Ascension is a grand return to the state of divine perfection. It's truly to finally return in this harmonic universe that we are part of. It's to understand that in reality, you are these divine beings, these endless, eternal beings of light. And even from a human perspective, you are known and regarded as great galactic royalties because just your DNA carry such a diversity of galactic genetic markers that you come to starting to understand, accept about yourself, really set aside your personality traits or what you think you know about yourself, and rediscover the treasury that you are. Open the field within your heart, explore this treasure chest of pure abilities, light, and understand that you make a huge difference here. Even in day-to-day life, even if you feel you're living a simple life, there's no more mundane anymore. Nothing is mundane anymore. Everything becomes impactful. Everything becomes meaningful. You are all interconnected. And that's part of the unification in the field of Gaia and the return in that sense. Honor yourself, honor other sentient life forms, take care of your animals. It's a reflection of your healing, it's a reflection of your mastery. And take care of Gaia as stewards and guardians. Remember, you're all in that symbiotic relationship with each other. Whether you're in England or you're in New Zealand, you impact each other, and we see that every day.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Viviane, for your amazing words of wisdom. And I can't wait to meet you at Mount Shasta. Those dates again, it's the 17th to 21st of July. If you would like to come and join us at Mount Shasta, go to thepromiserevealed.net, and the code Antonia at the checkout will get you a discount. So thank you very much. And Viviane, I look forward to seeing you there. And everybody watching at home, thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you there, hopefully too. Bye-bye.
Bye.